do is you guys can have this, so these are the last ones.
Sorry.
So first of all, how did you guys come upon the study abroad to Dublin?
I was looking at research online, like SBCC programs, and then I saw it around the school, and I was like, okay, I'll go.
Well, if
I'll look at the meetings.
seriously, if this goes, this has to be one of the best programs. It's gonna go this summer. Otherwise, Bali would be like.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how did you find out about
Well, it's part of my major requirement. So I was looking around and I was telling my counselor for UPS. So I was like, oh, I've been really wanting to explore more. And then I realized that I actually had you as my PD teacher.
I know.
And my counselor, he's like, maybe that's a sign you should apply. And
Oh,
I was
I
like,
love
I
signs.
Yeah.
I love signs. Another sign. Hi, what's your name?
Edwin.
Hi,
Nice to
Edwin,
meet you.
Julie.
Hi, Julie.
And you have to meet
Olivia.
Hi, Lydia.
Cynthia.
And
Ursula.
Juliana.
and
Hi.
are you okay with a live feed for SBCC?
Yes, I'm okay.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Okay, so first of all, I'm delighted to see you again. I'm delighted to see both of you for the first time, and you as well. I am the chair of marketing, finance, and international business, but I'm also a PD 100 teacher, which is personal development or college success. I've given 3 study abroads before, one to Paris and Munich, Vienna and Prague, and London. And this is going to be the last one I'm going to do. So I really enjoy it, but it's a lot of work for you and a lot of work for me, and we want to have an absolutely enjoyable time that will last for decades after, even for me. So this one, I wanted to go to Dublin because it's like the perfect place to do a study abroad, and City College had never done one there before. So when I proposed this to the committee, we choose this a year ago.
Oh, wow.
And then it's voted on. We had bids for $10,000 is what they wanted to do, a program just like the one you're gonna have with this one company. And our the person in charge of international students, she said, no, that's too much for community college kids. They're not, they were talking about private universities.
Okay.
So she got it down to, I think, is it about 3,800?
Yeah, 37.
37, that's very
About
reasonable.
38.
It may not seem that, but it really is, for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And the original program also said we'd live at Trinity College, so I said,
really
oh, have you guys been to Dublin?
No, but I've seen pictures of that college.
Have
and
you
it's
been to Dublin?
beautiful.
No, never.
Oh my, okay, so I'm half German, half Australian, and I go to Europe often because I have travel benefits, and so Dublin is probably one of the most beautiful and fun towns in Europe.
Wow.
And with Brexit, it's becoming very powerful economically, because they're going to move a lot of centers to Dublin, and like technology. And then Frankfurt's going to have the financial centers, a lot are being taken away from London. So the fact that we're doing it this time is kind of interesting. Still Europe, we're going to the European side of Ireland, and the British side will be Northern Ireland.
Okay.
It's Trinity College is, you said you've looked?
Yeah.
It's
It's
like,
beautiful.
it's like living in a castle.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
It is, and the original program had us living there, and that's when I had said, if we're doing this, we want to live there. So Carla goes, let's work on it. And so it should be fabulous.
Yeah.
So let's see, what kind of questions do you guys have for me?
So this is the cost of the program, and then you still have to pay your tuition, like as in like your credits and your books, correct?
Right.
And then your food as well.
Okay, so food, whether you were going to Ireland or staying
Yeah.
in Santa Barbara, you have to pay for your food wherever.
Okay. So, it's like the
So
same
it's
thing.
housing,
Okay.
right? And tuition, we contract with companies that plan all this for us. And so there will be a few meals with them, but they're gonna have all these activities for us.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna shadow, this is what's fabulous, you're gonna shadow people that are inside large European companies. So if ever you want to one day work in Europe for whatever reason, you've already made networking connections. So they set that up. But you're going to live with your colleagues, and from everything I've ever seen, your apartments that you have, you're going to share food, you're going to buy the groceries together.
Okay, so it's just like here, except you're in Ireland.
Except you're in Ireland.
Okay.
And the efficiency is pretty incredible. You know, you guys get really good, eat a lot of eggs. Eggs are a lot of eggs. Pasta. And apples. There tends to be a lot of apples around, so it's delightful. So how I design my programs are, we have a compressed work week. We have 4 days where we're totally together. We wake up early and you come to class, and does everyone have a computer?
Yes.
Okay, good, because I'm gonna have you do a lot of your work in class, so that you only have reading to do when you're not there.
Okay.
So we have all of our academic activities done during class, and then in the afternoons we go exploring as a group.
Okay.
And they'll have planned programs for us, but then I'm gonna require we go out every afternoon, 4 days a week, you know, integrating what we're studying. And then on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it's your time.
Okay.
So Friday,
And
Saturday.
if what's happened the last 3 programs occurs, you will all go to Ryanair, and for like $75 round trip, you'll go to Venice in Italy for 1 or 2 nights. You'll go to Amsterdam. Yeah, and you know, these are the 3 weekends. You'll go to Vienna, Amsterdam, and Paris. And you'll all get, you know, one hotel room and crowd it.
Yeah.
Maybe that shouldn't be on there. And you'll have a week, and when you come back, then you'll be ready for 4 days. Basically, I want you to work hard 4 days, and then you have 3 days off.
Sounds good.
That sounds great.
That sounds really great.
And you share the costs, and I think that's what's really nice, is that because you become like in a community, that the time that you're together, you support each other. Drinking is not allowed on a study abroad, but I know the drinking age is 18, so I'm off the clock after I teach you, so I don't know anything. I will say I'm Professor Mom, so if you need me, I'm gonna have an apartment on campus. So for any reason, you can come to me 24 hours a day and just say, can I talk, or if you need something, I'll be there available all the time. So it'll be wonderful. And you'll learn a lot, your resume will be built, and so here's our challenge, is that teaching PD 100, do you remember what the number 1 problem was students had on the board?
Oh God,
I know, terrible to give you this test.
PD 100, but
Okay, procrastination.
Oh yeah.
Number 1 problem. So the deadline for the study abroad is, sure, let's check.
Or is it April?
March 10th.
March 10th?
March 10th. So if we don't get at least 18 applications, you know, by March 10th, the college will cancel it.
Okay.
So because the number 1 problem is procrastination, everyone's busy with other things. So if you get your application in, did you guys see there's a $200?
Yeah,
I
it was
saw.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is because it's international business. And this one wonderful organization attached to the college is gonna take $200 off.
Okay.
So remember, if it doesn't go, you get back your money. So I think that's an important piece, is if it doesn't go, they get back their money. But apply as soon as you can if you're interested. And also, have you guys looked into the scholarships?
Not yet.
Not
Yeah.
yet.
So one young lady came last semester, and she applied to go on this for the Gilman Scholarship, and she was awarded 100%.
Oh,
And
wow.
she can't go.
Oh.
So the thing is, this is sad. So even if you don't go on mine, next year you apply immediately. You know, so that, you know, you have the money, and we get awarded more of those scholarships nationwide than any other school. But we have a lot of others. Are any of you on the Promise?
I'm still.
That's good. I think they'll pay your tuition and books.
I was gonna ask that because I was told, because last summer I got my tuition for my classes paid for, and I was wondering if it's
I
still
think
rolled
they'll
over.
do that for your books. But also, you know, look at every scholarship there is, and
Mhm.
I think the foundation has it. Our school's pretty good with trying to get you as much money as possible.
Okay.
Um,
Does it depend on what scholarship it is when it's due?
Sadly, I'm the academic,
Okay.
so teachers generally don't know a lot about the financial issues.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're really interested, I go right to financial aid
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow
Okay.
Okay.
and say, I'm interested in a study abroad. What's available to me? I'm going to apply now.
Okay.
I don't have a lot of time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
so
And so all you do is just fill out the application that's over there.
because I don't know,
Oh, okay.
I can just tell you, just go straight to financial aid
Financial
on
aid,
East
okay.
Campus and
Mhm.
see my go.
Okay.
So, more questions for me.
And then
Go for it.
do for it's the in group flight, so you go together on a certain day and then
No more group flight.
No more.
No, but
Okay.
that's okay.
But
Because
it's fine if you go by
it's-
yourself.
if you find, it's fine if you go, okay, so you, on the back of the application, look and see my text number. That is me. That's my text number, 805-905.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
You text me,
Mm-hmm.
and once you get a flight, I will make sure that myself or someone will meet you at the airport,
Okay.
okay? Because you can do the flight abroad, actually be an adventure, and you can probably get it for, somebody just told me they bought a trip to, Bali yesterday for $600 round trip.
Oh, really?
Because I was seeing the prices and it was
I
less
was-
than 800.
It's so much, it's so much cheaper, I'm sorry, this is a bad thing to say, than doing the group flight. The only thing you wanna worry, the only thing your parents and you will worry about is having someone there to meet you.
Yeah.
And fortunately, Dublin's a tiny town anyway.
Yeah.
You can call Uber, and they'll take you right to the place. But I will be there for you.
Okay.
Just text me, because I'm gonna come a few days earlier, and I'll make sure I'm at the airport to get you.
Yeah.
Plus, it's gonna save you a lot of money.
That's what I was wondering. I was like, can I do like not that option?
Yeah.
You don't have to. You don't have to. Okay. No. your turn.
Yes, I was just going to ask if you have any connections with the Japan and Madrid.
No.
Okay.
No. That's
That's a whole
that would
different.
be Juliana's. Or
Okay, for sure.
Japan is another lovely option. If
Yes,
it isn't for
I-
this one. And so Madrid, I believe, is a semester abroad, is that
Mhm.
correct?
Yes.
So if you wanna do a summer program, I think, this is my opinion, is a summer program is great because you have a foot in the door to understand what it's like living in another culture and learning the money and learning all that. And then if you like it, then I would go on a semester abroad if it's an option.
Mhm.
But we're a 4-week compressed program,
Mhm.
so that's the difference. But
Okay.
whenever you study abroad, your resume grows
Yeah.
because, you know, you have value added. That
Mhm.
What did other students do that other students didn't? This cost a lot of money, it's a risk. You live with other people, you learn to break bread in a culture that wasn't your own. So for your whole life, in terms of your career, it is a piece. Do you all have LinkedIn accounts?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. I think I mentioned that in my class to you too. Yeah. Do you have one?
No, I don't.
Get one, because your story from the time you're a student
Mhm.
begins. Your story of a student to a professional.
Mhm.
And this will be a part of your story,
Okay.
okay? Any other questions? Oh, towels. Okay, this is a very important piece to me.
Okay.
So I did my first study abroad when we were in Paris. We stayed at like not a dorm like what you're gonna do, or not a dorm situation, which is really ideal.
Mm-hmm.
It's really ideal, because you're safe and it's academic. But we were at this hotel next to the Moulin Rouge in like the worst area of Paris. I mean, I can't even tell you. It was my first one, and all the kids got sick. I was in the hospital in Paris all the time for viruses. And so I started to Google, why was everyone getting sick? And they said, number one, college students share towels. Isn't that interesting?
Mm-hmm.
And they gave everybody a tiny towel like this for the kitchen for 4 weeks, and one towel this big.
Oh.
Okay.
And it was $45 to buy a towel in Paris.
Oh,
So,
wow.
and that's the cheapest price. So of course, to buy a towel,
Uh-huh.
you know,
Yeah.
wasn't a thought.
Yeah.
So I said to the director, I'm going to ask that you and the hotel allow me to have every towel taken away from every student and every 2 towels and 2 new towels given. So after the first 14 days when everyone was sick, we went in there and everybody got a towel. And I said, don't you dare share this. And no one got sick again. So I require 2 things, 2 towels.
Yeah.
So you bring the worst towels that you can find, and that's gonna be your storage to bring stuff home with. You wear them out, because it can be expensive to do laundry. In Paris, it was $6 to wash your clothes, so that's one of the reasons they didn't wash them, because they were expensive. But, so everybody has to get 2 really big old towels, but you're gonna leave them in Europe,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
But
Makes sense.
never share towels.
Okay.
Interesting.
I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
never had one, you know, I didn't have one student sick on any other study abroads, and we had the best time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
everyone knew, you bring, where's your 2 towels? That was the first extra credit. Where are the towels? But it makes such a difference when no one is ill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the cost to bring a doctor to, like in Paris, I had doctors have to come to the hotel we were staying in, and they all had the same symptoms.
Oh yeah.
So, but after, I was just beside myself, because the hotel where Princess Diana, not the hotel, the hospital, I was there 2 times with students in the hospital from being ill, where she died, where they brought her after her accident. So just know that's, when you're in your own place, don't share things that are personal, because when you're in a small space, it's I would like to give a talk to every college student that lives in the dorm on this issue, but okay.
It might sound like dumb, but
Never dumb.
because it's like 1 month. Would you say like to bring a huge luggage, or like a carry-on and like a bag?
So, okay, so I'm an avid traveler, because I have flight benefits from my friends. So I travel to Europe a lot, and I've learned to have 1 suitcase.
Yeah.
And the 1 suitcase you have your main suitcase,
Yeah.
and then you have your biggest backpack you can imagine.
Okay.
The biggest backpack, yeah. And then you have a little, if you want a little purse inside of it, or you buy something off the street, because the vendors will sell it. And you choose 2 colors, and this is the same for all genders. Like, we should all have the same colors. So let's say you choose black and brown, or blue and black, or I think black is a good color personally, because it doesn't show the dirt. So everything matches, so that you can mix and match from that 1 suitcase. And then you're gonna have your 2 towels in there, so you'll have a little extra room. And then when you come home, you might buy things. So that's when you buy a cheap suitcase at a charity shop, is what they call it in Dublin or in London, for $25. And then, $25 for the extra suitcase. And you're allowed 1 check-in generally and 1 carry-on. Well, on your way there, you can have your carry-on and your backpack.
Yeah.
So you go on the plane with that. But on the way home, you check in a suitcase with maybe whatever treasures, like your new towels, in case you buy new towels, but whatever your new treasures are. And that way it doesn't, you know that you're in the same color. I mean, this color coordination issue is really important. My girlfriend, who's 66, she's just now traveling, she goes, I don't know, what do I go? What 2 colors are your favorite to wear? Blue and black. I said, everything's blue and black. Your shoes are blue and black. 2 pairs of shoes. 1 pair for exercising, right? Pair of tennis shoes, or a pair that, preferably blue or black if that's your coloring. And then, another pair that, if you went out, you'd be okay. But everything has to be thought through. You go through your closet and you do that.
That's what I was gonna ask again. Like, are you gonna, for another meeting, would you like define, like, if we do get in to the program, like what we should bring?
I will. I believe we have a departure meeting.
Okay.
But you have my
Phone
Phone number.
phone number. And we can meet for coffee on campus. And we can talk about it, because I want you to feel like you have enough clothes. And I think personally, blue and black are the best 2 colors you can have, because you wear your blue jeans, right? Yeah, so blue and black. And but I will tell you that when you get home, you won't want to wear blue or black for about 2 months, because you will have had enough of those clothes. But that's fine, but you'll be able to mix. You'll get a new skill set that you never had before too. And you know, when I travel, it's okay. Am I blue? I have blue and black, or blue and brown, or black and brown. I have actually 3 colors, and then you can have an accent color, and that could be like red, something like a scarf, or something that you feel that will give you a little color once in a while. But try to look in your closets and see what you have. You know, and what you feel comfortable in as well. Good question. Good question. Okay, you have another one?
I think I'm good now.
Think you're good?
Yeah.
I think I am too.
Think you're good? Are you good?
Good.
Okay. So the biggest thing is if you want to go, apply. Even if you're not fully sure you're going to go, make sure you apply, because it's marketing. Like if numbers start going up, then people think, well, if somebody else is going to go, then I think I'll go. You know, because it is true, we have a sense of safety or comfort. Yeah. But you guys will be close for the rest of your lives, and that's another issue, that the kids that go on this, you know each other throughout your lives, because you've experienced things that you can't share with other people. And it's really actually, it's an investment in your future. So who's thinking they want to go? Okay. So I think if everybody that truly says they want to go, we have 9. So if we have you guys, we have 12, and that we're getting very close.
Okay.
And
Can you spread the word a little bit more?
please do.
All right.
And if anybody wants to, you know, meet with me about this, we can go to the Yacht Club. I'm a member. We can go over there and talk about it. Bring your friend, or we can go to the Santa Barbara Club, and you know, we can network. So, okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. And you're gonna have fun.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.